Now I want to give a little bit of history about what went on the last 10 weeks, and then to also tell you a little bit about what is going to go going forward, what we're going to do. Now the first meeting was held on 11th October, about 3 months ago, and then after that we had meeting every week for 8 weeks, and then in December we have 2 meetings. So altogether there are 10 meetings. Today is the last meeting, the 10th meeting. During this time we sent 3 petitions to the MAS. The first petition was in 10th of October, signed by 983 people. At that time, the Lehman Brothers collapsed, leading to the collapse of the mini bonds, DBS high notes, and the Jubilee notes. So the petition was asked the government to see whether the banks who created and marketed the product have breached 2 laws, the laws, Securities and Futures Act and the Financial Advisors Act. I presented the petition with 983 signatures. I presented a letter and I discussed with MAS. These are the areas where I think the bank may have broken the law. MAS received the petition, have a discussion with me, and after that I follow up to ask, have they conducted independent investigation? They never answer. They only says whatever we do, we will announce through the media release. Now, all of you received the media release. Did you receive any news whether there was any investigation? No, I did not also. Now, a laws in the country, when the laws are broken, we have the government, we have the police, we have the Attorney General. It is their duty to investigate whether laws were broken. So far, we have not heard any news. I myself tried to call MAS and say, can we have a discussion? They say, no, we cannot discuss with individual investors. We must give press release. The second petition was submitted 17th October, signed by 277 people. That petition asked MAS to investigate how the relationship managers were trained. Because if the relationship manager were not properly trained, when they sell to you, they tell you the wrong things. Did the relationship manager know what they were selling? Again, the petition says, can you investigate how they were trained? I wanted to submit the petition in person to Chairman Goh Chok Tong, to the senior, then he's traveling. So I said, can you give me a senior person to talk to? He gave me a junior person. So I said, in that case, I might as well just send in by email. They acknowledged the email. Of course, I wanted to meet with them. Again, the answer is no. We cannot meet with individual investors. We will give the news through the media release. Did they investigate how the relationship managers were sold, were trained? We don't know. No news. If you got any news, you tell me. I also read the same media release. Of course, there are other news. But whether they investigated, they found properly trained or not properly trained, we don't know. That's the second petition. The third petition was sent, actually it's the fourth petition. The third petition was sent to somebody else. The fourth petition to MAS was dated 31st October, signed by 173 people. At that time, already the government said, MAS said, the banks are asked to compensate the vulnerable investors. Of course, vulnerable means, according to the definition, more than 55 years old, but the bank said more than 62 years old, no education, no investing experience. So very few people were compensated. Other people who did not get any positive news, they were very concerned. What about us? We don't fall in the vulnerable, what about us? So I also received a lot of requests. Mr. Tan, please ask MAS, don't treat people vulnerable, not vulnerable. All of us are vulnerable, right? Because if you don't know, you are also vulnerable. Okay? So many people say, Mr. Tan, this vulnerable, not fair. I myself also, although I'm well educated, but I was badly informed. So these are the things. So of course I organized a petition, sent to MAS. And again, they don't want to meet me, so I emailed to them. And I asked to meet with them. The answer is no, the same answer. The petition says that can you encourage the bank to have a common settlement. Don't have vulnerable, not vulnerable. If I like you, I give you a bit more. If I don't like you, I reject your case. So let's have a bit more common understanding. Okay, so I think that petition also got no news. Okay, so I think by now, many of us are very disappointed. How can, after so many months, this kind of outcome? Of course, in the meantime, MAS says investors should lodge a complaint with the bank. And if the bank must give you an answer within 4 weeks, and if the answer is no, then you lodge a complaint with FIDRAN, Dispute Center. Of course, this is what MAS say, but when the investor go to the bank staff also say something different. So of course the investors are confused. When they're confused, they come to me, Mr. Tan, what do I do? So I get every day 10, 20 email coming to me, all this confusion. So of course I tell MAS, please have something more common approach. So then of course somebody pointed out MAS issue in the website. How is the complaint process? So I distribute this to everybody. But according to the complaint process, you get an answer within 4 weeks. Now many people after 4 weeks got no answer. So they come and ask me, Mr. Tan, already 6 weeks, no answer, what do I do? Honestly, I don't know. Because I'm not the person in charge. MAS is the one in charge.